What's going on, you guys? The new Titan exotic Blaswave Striders has finally arrived in the new episode update. I've played around with this exotic a little bit here the last couple days, and I'm not quite sure on how I feel about it. There's things that I enjoy about it, the resistance to your own explosives, and the ease of charging it through like onslaughts and just going through like nightfalls, dungeons, whatever. It's very easy to charge the armor and get use out of it. My biggest complaint is the fact of when you are sliding and you get the rocket jump and then the shrapnel projectiles. I feel like those projectiles are getting shot too far out. Maybe that's me and just kind of like just myself that thinks that. But once those projectiles, if you're in an open area and you slide or you get the blast damage, and the projectiles kind of come out, I feel like they get spread out when they land to where you're not able to utilize them in a in a more fashionable manner. Idea here is that the setup would be using consecration, because now with the update, consecration will then destroy those crystals. So if they were grouped together better, off of the shrapnel, it would kind of put them in a line closer, kind of like with the glacier grenade, maybe not having to touch necessarily, but if they're spread out just a little bit apart, then when you do your consecration, everybody's kind of in that same area, and then you can kind of destroy the crystals and then create more projectiles off of that, and then just kind of keep rotating keep the cycle going, of just getting the consecration slam, and then getting the charge going again, and then do it again and again and again, and just kind of have that loop. Every other class has that loop. Warlock has the getaway artist loop. You can pretty much have that thing out constantly. Hunters have their dodge mechanic that loops everything for Liar's Handshake, and now with Kaiju, it's insane what these other classes can do. And this is we're in a great spot as Titans. We're in a great spot with this new update. Our melee damage, just stasis in general, just got insanely crazy, and Behemoth is absolutely a standout of damage on certain bosses, and it just has a lot of utility in certain situations. But if we can't get those crystals closer together, it makes it very hard to utilize them properly. Now, if you're in like a corridor or just a smaller area, the walls and stuff like that, and you start getting the crystals around there, it's great because you kind of lock down an area, and then you can get the crystals to go off, and things like that. Now, I don't know how this really works in PvP. I haven't used it in PvP yet, and I don't know how trials is going to work, if it's going to be able to transition from one round to the next, or if it's going to be a reset every single time, so then it won't be used at all. But if in PvP you can get it charged up pretty quickly, like off of 2-3 kills, it might be pretty broken in there, just to kind of throw out stasis crystals kind of everywhere, along with your stasis grenades and anything like that. Diamond lances. I don't know if it would really trump having a Camdis lance cap, in that sense of just putting up a barricade and getting your diamond lance and then creating your crystal wherever you throw the diamond lance. But it's something that we can definitely look at. It is a fun exotic to use, I will say that. If you're just using it in just regular onslaughts or just going through dungeons, just kind of having a good time, just standard nightfalls, advanced, experts, with some friends, it's a great exotic to use just to have fun with it. If you have two Titans running this, it could probably get pretty crazy just having those stasis crystals pop up. But as a meta standpoint, I would not be looking at the Blaswave Striders as of right now unless they do something to it. The Frost Armor is really nice to have. If you're using a full stasis build, you can get to the max Frost Armor. It will give you that max. So maybe that's kind of where this is leading to. Is this not going to be a prismatic exotic? It's going to be mainly just that solid stasis exotic. So we can definitely do that as well. Currently what I've been using on the build, is just using like the Prophet for the scout rifle. I use Bad Juju, Alethanum, and then the Aegir Scepter. I'm trying to use anything that's pretty much stasis right now. And then I love this Bittersweet grenade launcher with jolting feedback and Envious Arsenal. Envious Arsenal works just like bait and switch. Deal damage with the other two weapons, and then you get this one refilled from for the mag. And jolting feedback just jolts the targets after repeatedly hitting them. And then if you use the artifact here on concussive reload, you will get weakens on bosses and champions, or if you break a combatant shield. So that's really good as well. If you don't want to do that, you could always go with Dragon's Breath. Obviously, is always going to be a good option. You have the Slammer with I could be using that with Eager Edge and Cold Steel. Cold Steel is going to be great right now. Just producing that slow and everything. And that's why Aegir's Scepter is so good right now inside of high density ad clear, especially in expert onslaughts right now. Aegir's Scepter is going absolutely bonkers. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What you guys think of the Blaswave Striders. Is it a good exotic? Is it worth going after right now? Is it worth using? Personally, I find it fun, but I don't think that it's worth using over other things. You know, Hoarfrost is a great exotic now with the buffs that it's gotten. So Hoarfrost would be on the above Blastwave in utility use, but just on straight, just having fun with it, Blastwave is definitely up there. It's just a fun exotic, just kind of slide around and you just throw out shrapnel and you just kind of launch into the air. Now, I will say, if you're somebody like me who slides around a lot, it does get kind of annoying where you don't quite think that you have the full charge and then you use it on accident. So that kind of sucks at times as well. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, check back in for more content regarding Destiny 2. Check out the gameplay. Weaken everybody, hit them.